Greetings in the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, Melech of Yasharal, Kohen forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. All esteem, honor, and glory unto our Alua, Yahuwah. My name is MELEK Shelemoth. This is MELEK Shelomoth Trading. And before we get into the recap, let's do the risk disclosure.
Boom. Sweep ES buyers at
General disclosure.
$5,217.
All MELEK Shelemoth Trading LLC materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure. Trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
All right, that was the risk disclosure. All right, let's jump into the trade. So we had the open here at around, let's see, where's the open? The reset was around here, around 52.93. So we pushed up. The highest price was 53.1425. So that would set the IB high. We have the VPOC here at 52.9275. That migrated down at 9.52. All right, so first trade for me was at 9.49. Let's see here. I had to restart bookmap, but so that means that I don't have those arrows that give me the entries. But you can see here that I did trade, so that's the P&L. So let's go over 3 of those trades here. All right, so 9.49, 52.82 entry. Let's see, let's find that. All right, so we're pulling back to VWAP, 360 fire strategy. We're looking for a distribution at a pivot level. We're getting a distribution here. We're getting something like a buying climax or uptrust. We get some lower points of supply. And 52.82 would be around here, right? So let me just open that up. Right, so within the distribution structure, we're getting these lower points of supply, right? Lower points of supply here, my entry is 52.82. So where is that? Where is that? Right, so roughly here, right? So on this retest, big volume, right? Now I remember. So 2 big volume bars pushing up. We have we're hitting liquidity here. We ran in here to some buying exhaustion. We have heavy liquidity there pushing up into that as well. So big buying. We have liquidity coming in here to cap price. We came back, we retested it, created somewhat of a lower point of supply, confirmation of the lower point of supply. That's the entry right there at 52.82, right? So we get a rotation back to my entry, Camaria S6. Camaria S6, we get another volume push. Lower point of supply, that's exhaustion right there. We have absorption from the liquidity, or the liquidity is capping price. They pulled right at the last minute, but buyers were exhausted, right? So we moved down to, let's see here, I have it written down. We moved down to 6 points, right? So 52.82 to approximately, let's see here, my entry would be, right, 52.82, right? And I believe I entered around here, right? And then 6 points down. Right, so 52.76 would be the first partial, right? So 52.82 minus 6, 52.76. And then when we push down a little further, we hit some liquidity and we push back up, and my 4-point trailing stop took me out, right? So got stopped out right there, right? Second trade is at 9.55. So let's see, let me just break that down. So we're coming down here to the -1 VWAP deviation. We're pushing back up now to the VWAP, right? So the trade is setting up again. We have another distribution structure here, right? Liquidity is capping price. We have the buying climax, preliminary stops, buying climax, up trust. We start getting the lower point of supplies, and my entry is at 52.67. So let's see here, 9.55, 52.67. So we're creating another lower point of supply here. We have a VPOC migration down. We push up. All right, so this is the buying climax. We pull back, we create the automatic rally. This is the uptrust into liquidity. And 9.55 is, let's see, 52.67. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We start breaking down. All right, 9.55, 52.67. Right, so here, 52.67, breakdown entry, 9.55. Got short here, we got 6 points partial, and then the 4 point stop out. So 67, 52.67, let's see. Man, not having these arrows, I have to really kind of go through this and see where I entered. So probably somewhere on this breakdown. Big volume coming in for the continuation. We got down to here, 61 partial, right? So 67 down to 61, got the partial, 6 point partial, and then the 4 point trailing stop takes me out as we push back up here, right? So then the next trade is at 10.42. Let's see, go to 10.42. Man, I really wish I had those arrows so I could really demonstrate or narrate how that really played out. But right now I'm just going off of what I wrote down of the trade. So 10.42. Right, so as we're moving down, you see we're retesting these levels, -1 VWAP, creating those 360 fire strategy entries, but I have no pivot level here, right? So let's see, moving down. Right, so 10.42. Let's see. Right, so we have a pullback here. We come back to overnight low. Right, so I'm looking for a LPSY, a distribution here. I'm getting a distributive structure. We got the uptrust. We got this pullback down here. We have another lower point of supply. So 10.42 entry is at let's see. It's actually right at overnight low, right? So on this breakdown here, entered at approximately 52.09. Yeah, that was it. 52.09 was the entry, or 52.0950. And then we got the full 6 point breakdown. And then we got the full 12 point trade, right? 52.09 entry, right? Just below, yeah, just at 52.0925, so just at overnight low, somewhere around here on this retest, right? So 52.09, drop 6 points, get the first partial, and then we drop the entire 12 points to get the full trade. which was at 51.87. Right here, around here, right? So that was the full trade right there. It was 52.09 to 51.07, 51.87, right? So unfortunately, I don't have the arrows to show you exactly. So we were running into this liquidity here, but I have a 12-point target at 51.87. So that took me out of the trade just before the liquidity right there. So this is what I decided to do. I have a lot of market pulse. Market pulse looks like it's creating some latency for me. It's weighing on my CPU, I guess. I have a gaming computer, so it's supposed to be handling it, but Bookmap is a heavy platform, and it takes up a lot of memory and stuff like that. So I opted out to just have my have the ES. Usually I have the market pulse for the entire market. I have YM, gold, and NQ. So I took those off. I don't have those the entire market pulse indicators anymore, or from the market pulse, the sounds and the sub chart. I don't have that anymore. So all I have now is, let's see, I have Trader Map Lite, and then I have a copy of the ES, which I'm gonna use to show more of a bigger time frame, right? Because my trades usually happen more on a 30-second splice or slice right there. So let me just show you how I operate. I operate under this kind of structure here, or this time frame, right? So that's what I want to see, and I usually open it up a little bit because I need to see the exhaustion like this, right? When it's not hitting the best offer, I need to see that. I need to see stuff like this, right? Let me just use the arrows. Stuff like that, that's entry triggers for me. So I need to see these little minutiae right here. So I operate around this time frame. Let's see, I think I could do one more open. No, that's it. Yeah, so that's my time frame I operate under. And the reason I need to see stuff like this little buying that hits this liquidity here, all those are little triggers for me, right? So I'm evaluating all of that little stuff there. So I needed to be the columns and the price action to be spread out pretty wide, and I need to see these 30-second splices of time, right? All right, y'all. So it's MELEK Shelomoh. That was my trade recap, and my bad on not having these arrows, so I could definitely show you exactly where I entered and how the trade trailed and stuff like that. So next week is another week. We'll get to it again. All right, y'all. Shalom.